Hello and welcome back to Print Island. This is the Software Matrix, and today I have a very, very, very special guest, Harrison Bailey. Harrison, welcome on the island.
Thank you. It's good to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, how did you get here? What mode of transport did you take?
Well, I hopped out of bed over there and walked over here, but hopefully a supercar in the future. But yeah.
All right, so I'm going to jump straight in, Harrison. Obviously, if you're on the Matrix, there's something technical about you or your product. Let's get a bit of a backstory. Who are you? What's your journey? How did you get here?
Yeah, of course. So, oh God, I'm going back to the start here, but I've always been interested in tech. So when I was younger, I built my own computer and I would be on it all the time, to the point where my parents would say, you have to get off it. And I've also always had a business mindset and been interested in business. So I started my first business with friends when I was in school, which was Amazon FBA, which stands for Fulfillment by Amazon, which failed miserably, by the way, but taught me a lot, but failed. But in order to put money into that business when it was starting out, I started freelancing as a data analyst. So somebody needed data insights which weren't easily accessible and just asked me if it was possible. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's easy. So to them, it was like gold dust. But to me, I knew how I needed to get it and what I needed to do to go that level deeper to find it. So that's how I started working as a freelance data analyst. And I did that all the way through my first year of university so I could live, basically. And then in my second year of university, I got the opportunity to deliver a big data contract for a company called Found, which is all to do with helping social media influencers publish books or printed products, which I needed more people for to deliver. So I hired some friends and I set up the Smart Elephant, and that's where it all started, really.
Wow. Okay. Smart Elephant. So that's the name of the current business. For
Yes, that's right.
those that don't know, I'm a fan of Smart Elephant, and we partnered earlier on in the year, but we'll come on to that a bit later. Okay, so I first met you in Dscoop. I think it was in Indianapolis. But this year, when I was at Dscoop with Sheep for Brains, I saw you in Long Beach, California. You weren't just walking around aimlessly looking at boobs. You were actually working, weren't you, for Dscoop? Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. I saw you dancing at the party. It was really good. No, I was working the rest of the time, but the party at the end is a good laugh with everybody, so that's fine. But yeah, I did my university internship as a business analyst at Dscoop, and through that I attended Edge Indianapolis, where I met you, and then this year, gone, I came back to help with Edge Long Beach. So I presume people listening have heard of Dscoop, but just in case, Dscoop is basically a global community of HP industrial print and large format users and suppliers to the industry. So the Smart Elephant works with lots of people from the Dscoop community. And one of my objectives as a business analyst at the time was to identify key success factors for members. And the main success factor was the network of people around you who are always trying to be innovative, sharing their knowledge and, working together to have mutual success. So it's a really powerful community in that sense and around what my business provides, but also aligns with the Smart Elephant being built around student talent because, people are open to challenging the stereotypes around students. And also Dscoop have their academia program, which I've been involved with both times at both events, who are, keen to learn and looking for work. So Dscoop really just naturally fits with my values because it's a platform where, learning and collaboration and innovation all sit at the center. And that's essentially the foundation of the Smart Elephant, bringing in students and working together in the industry to solve real problems. So yeah, I'm really grateful to be part of such a cool community and have met you there and met lots of cool people there.
Yeah, it's pretty special community, isn't it? And growing. So the academia program with Dscoop, was that something that led you on to the Smart Elephant model, or did the Smart Elephant model, was it already there before you joined the Dscoop academia program?
The smart elephant model came first. Even when I started it up, initially to deliver that data contract, I'd recognise that need for students and connecting and bridging that gap between the student talent and industry. But my time at Dscoop really just highlighted that, and the benefits of using students.
Okay, so let's go back a couple of steps. The smart elephant model, you use students. Explain the value to your customers with this model.
Yeah, of course. So, I mean, for those that don't know, so the Smart Elephant is a consultancy which builds bespoke AI and software solutions for businesses. So, we do AI agents, agentic workflows, business analytics, and also web to print services like storefront creation. And most things we work on are very bespoke to each client. And the elephant in the room, if you will, is that, well, AI is business critical. Yet, many people often see it as highly complicated or expensive and time consuming. And also, the elephant in the room and stigma around students is that they're, lazy or unmotivated or want something for nothing, really. So it aims to address those elephants in the room. And through that, we're affiliated with several UK universities as part of our student talent network, meaning we get, access to the top student talent in the space to take on these projects. It works really, really well
Mm.
because what we're trying to do is create pioneers and bridge that gap between students who have grown up leveraging AI and these technologies all their lives and real world application. And it just allows us as a business to deliver high quality services, faster and at a much more affordable rate as well. So it's very mutually beneficial.
But with the latest talent, I'm guessing, if you've got a plethora of
Exactly.
universities to choose from, you've got a pool of the latest talent. And I guess
Yeah.
we'll come on to the AI opinion a bit later on, but I guess they're already coming out ready.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, we've, grown up with these technologies and they're almost second nature to us.
Mhm.
Um, So, students are a real superpower and help us to, move faster and bring the energy, and be more affordable as well. So, yeah.
Okay, so let's look at, so you beat the stigma with a couple of strategies, one of which I picked up on was your flexible approach and how that you will take on a project with maybe a large PSP. There's one in particular, Blooming Colour, well-known Indigo user, big HP member for those that know. You approach that with a slightly different way to sort of back yourselves, the proof's in the pudding, if you like. Do you want to tell us a bit about that approach?
Yeah, sure. So, because a lot of our work is tailored to each client, we're quite flexible with how we work so we can fit into their tech stack and expectations. Um, So, yeah, and just to go back quickly and touch on that stigma we were talking about,
Yeah.
most students will be inexperienced, especially when compared to someone 20 years into their career. However, like you said, we've got this top student talent who have grown up with these technologies and it's second nature. And we also have our core team of experienced developers. So there's no compromise on quality at all. It's better than other contractors because we always try undersell and over deliver. But, like I said, the students are the superpower and what really sets us apart and makes us think differently. And on top of that, it's a proven method. So, we've built up these university connections over, the past year and a half. And we're working with really reputable clients across the world. So Bloom and Colour, as you said, on their web to print systems and managing that. Um, there's others as well, like Precision Proco in the UK on their AI initiatives, and also others outside of printing as well. So we let the work speak for itself, and we've got case studies with all these industry leading
Mhm.
people who see the value before everyone else, and that's why they're at the forefront of the industry.
Okay, brilliant. And you would look at training yourselves first and then applying the project, or how did you work on that particular instance there?
Yeah, so for Blooming Colour, what we did with them was we asked them to cover the first month of work up front, and
Yep.
then only upon successful sign off of from them of the first storefront, when they're 100% satisfied with it, would their payments continue. And that way, it sort of acted as a proof of concept for the work, and it gave us the opportunity to get set up and figure out the working practices and the design for the site, and um, yeah, it gave us that opportunity to sort of get started. And now we're launching storefronts 3 times faster than
Right.
they were before. They're saving 120 hours internally each month by outsourcing the work to us, and also saving $100,000 annually on what they were spending for development.
Wow.
So yeah, we're flexible with how we work, especially with new clients, and just ensuring we both like working together.
They're fantastic numbers there, Harrison. What we'll do is, I understand there's a case study for this. We'll put the link to the case study below in the bio so people can have a look at it themselves. But that sounds
Yeah,
pretty
brilliant.
refreshing. And not only does it like beat the stigma, but also there's real world results and return on investment there. I touched on briefly the words AI. Something that I've sort of come to associate you guys at Smart Elephant with is your AI and development. We partnered earlier on in the year, Digital Inc. and my company and your company, Smart Elephant, because we could see the gap between where things need to be and how we could dovetail one another. But one of the things I really liked about your mindset as a business was the adoption of AI and this kind of with this can-do attitude and this kind of relentless energy. It's problem solving and using, AI as well. How do you approach? And then this may be something that's been ingrained in you guys at university, but how do you approach the use of AI as a business?
Yeah, good question. Um, and you're right, we partnered recently this year, and it works really well because we've got the same values in that sense and can-do attitude. So that's brilliant. But yeah, for us, it's, I guess, not always about the technology first. It's about the problem. AI is another tool in the arsenal, and we don't always focus on it, but we'll try implement it where it makes sense rather than try fit it in everywhere for the sake of it. So for text classification and things like that, AI can be really helpful, but for simple problems, it might not be required. And as I
Yeah.
said, the work we do is highly bespoke most of the time. So we always tailor the solution to the customer, like
Mm,
using the Microsoft ecosystem or backend. So it's just about making sure you're using the right tool for the job, really. And that links back to us always trying to undersell and over deliver. So yeah, it's really important to us to scope a project first and see what's actually required to fix the issue or
okay.
improve a system.
Are you
Yeah.
seeing? I mean, this is just a thought that are you seeing the use of AI increasing in the world of print, or is it still? Do you think it's still a bit slow to be adopted? And this is just purely your findings or your opinions. I've got my views on it, but
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure your views, but in my opinion, I think definitely. Um, I mean, especially with the people we're working with from the Dscoop community and in other industries as well. Um, it's sort of in that early adoption phase where lots of people are looking at it. Everyone knows it. It's a buzzword, and it's been around for a while as well. But it's only since these generative AI tools have come to the forefront, and lots of people are using them, that it's now become a real big thing. So, yeah, I think massively people are aware of it more and more. They're looking at how they can be innovative and sort of implement this to, improve things within their business, especially within the Dscoop community. As I said, that main key benefit to being a
mm,
member was how the knowledge sharing and the network of people and how everybody is always trying to work together to improve their business. So that's why it's great to be a part of that community and just be in this industry in general because yeah, there's a real sort of demand that's starting to pick up, and the capabilities of AI within print is, everyone's becoming more and more aware of. So
mm,
yeah.
yeah, it's very technical, isn't it? And it's very exciting that our industry is embracing it the way it is. Do you? I mean, obviously, I'd call you a modern guy. You're a lot younger than me, which isn't hard. You work in a very heavy digital environment. Don't embarrass you here. Don't give away your age, either of us. I don't embarrass you too much here, but you work in a heavy digital environment. How do you keep your mental health and your wellness like level if you're constantly noise from AI, noise from customers, running a business, learning the next thing, building this, building that? How do you balance yourself out?
Yeah, good question. It can be overwhelming sometimes. What I like to do is, well, I like to sort of try stick to some sort of routine, or I guess set some small boundaries.
Mm,
So for me, it can be small, like a 20-minute morning routine, or making sure I do exercise every day for an hour, which is really good for mental health, and just be intentional with work as well. So intentional with work and time outside of work too. So if you're outside of work, then save it for later. Things like that. And I always try to keep a to-do list as well. So, I never forget anything, which helps me feel on top of everything.
yeah.
Um, so I guess I have some little like mechanisms which help me, structure my day. And that's what's important to me.
Cool. And you're quite active as well, Harrison. Don't mind me pointing that out. I've seen you do a couple of challenges in the short time that I've known you. Do you want to just tell us? I mean, the last one you climbed Snowdon. Was it Snowdon?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. I'm not sure if everyone will have heard of it, but there's something called the Three Peak Challenge where you're meant to do the highest mountain in Scotland, England, and Wales all within 24 hours. But because I went to university down in Bournemouth, we actually started with Snowdon. And I think by the time we got down Snowdon, we were 12 hours in, so we sacked it off. But yeah, we climbed Mount Snowdon in Wales, which was great. Before that, I mean, I've done Tough Mudders, and before that, we did this challenge called the Rickshaw Run, which was a tuk-tuk race across Sri Lanka. So that was really good. I'm always looking to try do adventures like that because I think all these experiences give me extra things to talk about with people, and I just love it as well. But yeah, I'm quite an active person. Like I like to get out and my football and the gym and MMA and that sort of stuff. So that really helps me separate my day when I have an hour on an evening rather than doing something else. I'll go and do that, and that just really helps me mentally.
Awesome. Awesome. And we're fast approaching 2026. Is there anything on the horizon for 2026 you want to share, or is it completely hush hush, top secret?
It's all top secret. It's all top secret. No, we've got so much in the works. We're trying to expand on the web to print work that we're doing with Bloom and Color, but to other people as well. As you mentioned, we're doing this whole web
Yeah.
to print campaign because we really, really believe in the benefits of people working with us, and so do our current clients as well, and that the work all speaks for itself. Um, then yeah, I mean, we're registered in the UAE as well now. So definitely exploring that region and us doing some work together in tandem and more work than we are at the moment.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, just basically keep growing on what we're doing.
Fantastic. Harrison, it's been an absolute pleasure. We'd love to get you back on. Maybe we can look at some of the projects in the web to print space in 2026. Keep doing the amazing stuff you're doing with Smart Elephant. Keep bringing the next generation through. That's something that this industry is going to rely on for the next 100 years, if you like. And yeah, try and get up those mountains.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me on. It's been good.
Thanks, buddy.
Cheers.